So, this is the John Locke question 2, and we are going to be talking as our first topic about the fundamentals of public goods. And it's important to understand this precisely because the question itself, as you know from looking at the title, is split into two distinct categories, right? And it's split with the full stop. We have a statement first, accurate news reporting is a public good. But what does this really mean, right? What does this really mean? It's important to define this properly before we move on to actually tackling sort of the main body of the question, which is talking about funding it through taxation. So that's why we must first gain a proper understanding of, what are the fundamentals of public goods. So let's take a very broad approach here to make sure that we're all happy with this. So a public good, first of all, and allow me to make some markups here while I speak. First of all, a public good must satisfy the non-rivalrous condition, which is this point here, okay? So non-rivalrous. Now, what does it mean for a good to be non-rivalrous? Well, I'll define it for you here. What it's really saying is one person's consumption of the good does not limit the other person's or does not limit any other person's consumption, right? Consumption of the good. In other words, the good is never used up by one person, and can sometimes, just to be clear, this is not every time, it can sometimes be, let's say, consumed simultaneously by multiple people. So that really is, the definition of the public good. So one person's consumption of the good does not limit any other person's consumption of the good. The good is never used up by one person and can sometimes be consumed simultaneously by multiple people. So, think of a park bench, for example. One person can sit on the bench in the park. Does this stop other people from being able to use the bench in the park? Well, the answer is no, right? It does not. It absolutely does not limit other people from being able to use the bench in the park. So that's fine, right? It's so there's an example for you. And also it is possible for, a couple of people to sit on the bench at the same time, right? It is possible for two people to sit on the bench. So there we have it, right?